As you read the script, how do you determine the cost needed for each effect or each scene?
It depends on the amount of detail. Like if it's a simple bullet wound to the head, it'll be a little buildup, a little scabby stuff, and some running blood, and I can even run a tube so that the actor bleeds in real time. If it's somebody that's been shot and they're just laying there, it gets even simpler. If it's something where an actor's getting their arm ripped off and the blood's spraying out, then we're talking a little bit more action in there. So things just get progressively more expensive, the more tubing and the more wiring and the more triggering that I have to do to things.
And explain the time needed to prepare an actor for camera.
Well, depending on what they are, if they're a zombie, if they're just your average zombie, I can prepare an actor in under 10 minutes.
What is the most complicated effect to create?
I'd say a body cut in half. You've got all the organs to account for, the spinal column coming down, and you've got the other half of the body laying somewhere with something coming out of it.
And is the most used item fake blood or latex in creating pieces for faces and parts and all that?
Actually, it's latex. I use a lot of latex foam, latex silicone, stuff like this to alter the terrain of the skin, change somebody's face to a completely different look. But if you've got something that's going to bleed, that's just adding another dimension to that effect.
In the old days of black and white film, they would use chocolate syrup, for the fake blood, because you can tell it's black and white.
Right.
I did a film for Lionsgate Pictures, and they were using Cara syrup and red food coloring. What are they using today?
Cara syrup and red food coloring is a classic recipe, and you throw a couple of drops of blue and green in there to make it look more like arterial blood. What I've leaned towards lately is using methyl cellulose and even fiber laxatives to make slime and blood, because they're really flexible materials. You can get them variable thicknesses, and they'll take on any color really readily.
And you brought some pictures to show us. I wanted to you at home, some of the pictures here may be upsetting to children and the squeamish. Remember, folks, this is all pretend. So what are some of the things that you've worked on and created?
There's things that I've done for local productions and theater, and things that I've done for film that have required all kinds of different looks. We've gone from really crunchy, post-apocalyptic, post-nuclear Holocaust kind of burn victim zombies that were raised from the dead after the nuclear Holocaust went off, all the way up to somebody who's just recently dead. Maybe their clothes are just starting to open up from being in the ground, and they've got skin tearing away, and sometimes you can see the exposed bone on them and stuff like that.
Tell me about the film Zombie Kings.
That's Paul Streiner's baby, and it's becoming a series, a comic book, and a feature-length film, and he refers to it as a zomedy. So we have just constant funny things going on with the Mad Doctor and his assistant, who are trying to help the zombies win, if you will, and then the zombie fighters, who all have jetpacks and these high-powered guns, and he's even mentioned bringing some clowns into this thing just to make it a little creepier.
And you did makeup on that, special
I
effects
did,
makeup
yes,
for the whole film?
All the zombies and yeah, all the dirt on everybody that's dirty, which is pretty much the fighters, the little girl, everybody. And we had a ball doing that thing, man. It was because we had such a tight timeline. We were shooting the original for the Romero Festival and had to get that submission in by a deadline. So the cut that you see now is an elongated version of that 15-minute limit that we had before.
Very good. When we come back, Martin has advice for the newcomers. Stay with us. You're watching Below the Line with us, the special effects makeup artist, Martin Berry. And Martin, what would you tell new people who want to get into this?
Look online, look everywhere that you can for inspiration. Watch your favorite movies and see what those looks are. And then pick up inexpensive product from any retailer that you can think of. Grab shadows, grab creams, grab everything that you want to try, and just try it. Try it on a friend, try it on a couple other things. Don't go out and get the job until you've done lots and lots of practice. It's like taking the shot 1,000 times, you know? But don't let anybody say that you can't, especially. Because you're talking about people that, before there was a makeup school, there was a makeup artist anyway. because Lon Chaney didn't go to school, and he was a genius. And you figure if they can do so much with wax and cotton and latex and shadows and creams and colors and blood, you can certainly find these recipes and make up your own looks yourself. And the more refined you get, every time you do something, you should take a look at it, take pictures of it, and think about what you would do differently the next time. Would I add more irritation to that wound? Would I add more blood? What would it really look like if somebody had this injury? How much more could I do to this? And just keep on practicing.
So is this really competitive?
It's pretty competitive. There's a lot of people out there vying for the same films. If you go into a film blind and you're not a known company, they'll kind of laugh you off sometimes. Otherwise, if you know the people that are in the film, they'll tend to bring you into things, even if you're just on the fringe making up extras or something.
We hope you stay busy throughout the whole year and throughout this decade.
Thanks very much.
You're such a great and fascinating and scary person, but we do love you here at Below the Line. We really do, and we wish you all the best. So what do you have coming up next?
Next, I've got Ghost Trek and Southern Ghouls. It's a Michael Plumety's film, and we're going to put together a trailer and probably a short for that one in hopes that we can expand on that idea as well. It should be fun. All
right. Well, good luck, and have fun with your workshop in the attic. I will not be visiting. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more coming up. Stay with us. Thanks again to Bryan Reynolds and Martin Berry, and thank you for watching. Feel free to send your questions, comments, and show ideas. The email address is belowtheline21@gmail.com, and join our fan page on Facebook. We'll see you next time.
For more information, comments, or questions about the show, email us at belowtheline21@gmail.com.